Good morning, everyone. Today, I want to talk about something very simple, but very powerful. Many people spend their whole lives searching for the secret to success. They think it's money or talent or luck. But let me tell you the truth: success does not start with money. It does not start with talent. It starts with you. The day you decide to believe in yourself, the day you decide to take one small step forward, even when you are afraid, that is the day success begins. You don't need to be the smartest, the richest, or the fastest. You just need to be the best version of yourself every single day. This is not about becoming better than others. It's about becoming better than who you were yesterday. So today, let's learn how to do exactly that, how to become your best self, because success starts with you. When you are just starting out, almost no one will believe in you. And that is normal, because people only believe in results, not dreams. They look at what you are today, not what you can become tomorrow. They see your weaknesses, not your hidden strengths. This is why the very first person who must believe in your dream is you. In the beginning, belief is the only thing you have. You may not have money, you may not have experience, you may not have support, but you have yourself. And if you give up on yourself, no one else will fight for you. Believing in yourself is like planting a seed. It looks small, invisible, fragile. But if you water it with effort every day, it will grow into something people cannot ignore. Many people wait for permission to believe. They wait for someone to say, "Yes, you are good enough." They wait for family approval, for teachers' encouragement, for friends to clap. But life doesn't work that way. Most of the time, no one claps in the beginning. Silence is the first stage of every journey. That silence is your test. Can you keep walking without applause? Can you trust your vision when everyone doubts it? That is what separates dreamers from achievers. When I was young, I failed many times. I was told I was not smart enough. I was told I would never succeed. Even when I started building something new, almost every person laughed. They said, "It's impossible. It will never work." I had nothing but belief. But belief gave me courage. Belief made me try again and again, even when I lost. You see, people don't follow ideas, they follow energy. If you walk into a room and say, "Maybe this could work," "Maybe not, I'm not sure," no one will join you. But if you say, "I will make this work, I will give everything, I will not quit," then people will feel your energy. Belief is contagious. Your own belief can inspire others to start believing too. But if you don't believe in yourself, why should they? Believing in yourself does not mean thinking you are perfect. It means knowing you are capable of learning, growing, improving. It means accepting that you will fail but trusting that you will rise again. It means listening to advice but not letting doubt control your actions. Many people confuse confidence with arrogance. Arrogance says, "I know everything." Real belief says, "I will figure it out." There will be moments when you question yourself. Late at night, when nothing is working. Early in the morning, when no one understands your dream. At those moments, you must talk to yourself like your own best friend. Tell yourself, "It's okay to fall. It's okay to be scared. But I can do this." Because if your inner voice becomes your enemy, then even success will feel impossible. Surrounding yourself with people who lift your confidence is also part of believing in yourself. The voices around you shape the voice inside you. If everyone around you says you cannot, it is hard to believe you can. So choose carefully who you listen to. Spend time with people who remind you of your strengths, not only your weaknesses. Build an environment that feeds your belief, not your fear. Belief is not something you find one time. It is something you rebuild every day. Some days you will feel strong. Other days you will feel lost. That is normal. What matters is that you keep returning to your belief, like coming back to a light in the dark. Every big success story starts as one small decision. I believe in myself, even when no one else does. That single decision becomes the foundation for everything you build next. Big dreams inspire people, but big dreams also scare people. When you look at someone successful, It feels like they climbed a huge mountain, but they didn't start at the top. They started with one small step, just like everyone else. The truth is, every big journey begins very quietly with something so small that most people don't even notice it. The world only sees the mountain after it's built. They don't see the small stones you carried every single day. Most people fail not because their dreams are too big, but because they want to jump straight to the top. They want big results overnight. They want everything quickly. But life doesn't reward speed, it rewards consistency. Success is like building a house. You can dream about a beautiful palace, but first you must lay one brick, and then another, and then another. If you try to build the palace in one night, it will collapse. But if you build it slowly with care, it will last for decades. Starting small is not weakness. It is strategy. When you start small, you make mistakes quietly. You learn fast. You grow your confidence. You discover what works and what doesn't. If you fail small, you lose small, and you can rise again quickly. Many people are afraid to start small because they worry about how it looks. They worry what people will say. Your dream is too small. You are thinking too little. But it is better to begin with something small than to sit forever waiting for something perfect. Even the biggest companies, the biggest leaders, the biggest ideas in the world started as something tiny. In the beginning, they were just small teams, small rooms, small dreams. What made them great was not the size of their start, but the size of their vision. Thinking big means looking beyond today. It means seeing what does not exist yet. It means asking yourself, what can this small thing become if I give it my best every day for the next 10 years? When you think big, you are planting a vision in your mind that pulls you forward. This vision becomes your compass. It gives meaning to the small steps. Without thinking big, small steps feel useless. With thinking big, even the smallest steps feel powerful because you know where they are leading. This is why you need both the patience to start small and the imagination to think big. Sometimes people laugh at small beginnings. They may say your idea is too small, your business is too small, your goals are too small. They may not understand your vision. That is okay. They cannot see what you see. Your job is not to make them believe on day one. Your job is to keep moving until the results speak for themselves. Big things grow quietly. A tree makes no sound when it grows, only when it falls. Thinking big is not just about business or money. It is about the person you want to become. Maybe today you are shy, unsure, inexperienced. But in your mind, you can see a future version of yourself who is confident, skilled, and strong. That vision can guide you. Every small act of effort you make now shapes that future self. Small steps create habits. Habits create character. And character builds the life you imagine. The danger is when people get stuck in the small stage without the big vision. They become comfortable. They forget why they started. Starting small must always be connected to a big purpose. Otherwise, you will lose motivation when progress is slow. When your vision is big enough, even slow progress feels exciting. Each day becomes a step toward something meaningful. Each failure becomes part of something greater than today. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of success. Every person who has achieved something meaningful has a long list of failures behind them. People often only see the final success and forget the countless times that person fell, struggled, and got back up. They see the shining moment at the top, but not the dark days at the bottom. But those dark days are the real classroom where strength is built. Most people fear failure because they think failure means they are not good enough. But failure is not a signal to stop. It is feedback telling you how to improve. It is like a teacher who gives you lessons that no book can teach. When you fail, you discover your weaknesses, and that discovery becomes the starting point for your growth. If you run from failure, you also run from the lessons that could make you stronger. When something doesn't work, you are forced to ask new questions. You are forced to look deeper, think harder, and try different paths. This process shapes your mind. It sharpens your thinking. It makes you creative. Every failure is like a mirror. It shows you who you are right now and what you must change to reach the next level. Without those mirrors, you can walk for years in the wrong direction without noticing. In the beginning of any journey, failure will come more often than success. That is normal. It is like learning to walk. No child stands up and walks perfectly the first time. They fall again and again. They don't get angry at themselves. They don't quit. They fall, laugh, and try again. That is how progress happens. Somewhere along the way, when people grow older, they stop laughing when they fall. They become afraid. But the rule of growth is still the same: you must fall to move forward. Failure also teaches humility. When everything goes right, people sometimes think they are invincible. But failure reminds you that you are human and that success is never guaranteed. This humility is powerful because it keeps your mind open. When you are humble, you keep learning. When you are arrogant, you stop. Failure protects you from arrogance by keeping you grounded. There will be times when failure feels heavy, when it shakes your confidence, when it makes you question everything. In those moments, you must change how you see it. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" That small change in question turns failure from an enemy into a guide. It takes away the shame and brings back your power. Sometimes the people around you will laugh when you fail. They may judge you, doubt you, or call you foolish. But remember, they are only seeing the moment, not the journey. If they saw how many times every successful person failed, they would understand that failure is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of trying. Most people never fail because they never try. If you are failing, it means you are moving. You are learning things they will never learn by standing still. Failure also helps you discover who is truly with you. When everything goes well, everyone wants to stand beside you. But when things break, most people disappear. The few who stay during your failures are the ones who truly believe in you. Those people are your real strength. Failure clears the noise around you and leaves behind the voices that matter. Failure is not permanent unless you stop moving. It is just one page in your story, not the whole book. Each time you fail and stand back up, you are building resilience like muscle. The more you face failure, the less it scares you. And when fear disappears, your true potential begins to appear. Curiosity is the fuel that keeps your mind alive. When you stop being curious, you stop growing. The world changes every single day. New technologies, new ideas, new opportunities, new challenges. What worked yesterday may not work tomorrow. If you want to stay relevant, if you want to stay strong, you must stay curious like a child and keep learning like a beginner. When we are young, curiosity is natural. We ask questions about everything. We want to know how the world works. But as people grow older, they start thinking they already know enough. They stop asking questions. They stop trying new things. They become comfortable in what they know, and that comfort becomes a trap. Success makes some people lazy. They think, "I've done enough. I don't need to learn anymore." But the moment you stop learning, you begin falling behind. The world does not wait for anyone. Curiosity is what opens new doors. Sometimes the answer that changes your whole life comes from a question you almost didn't ask. One idea, one new skill, one new perspective can transform your path completely. Many people miss opportunities not because they lack talent, but because they stop looking. Curiosity keeps your eyes open. It keeps your mind young. It keeps you willing to explore paths you've never walked before. Learning is not just about books or schools. It is about observing the world around you. Every person you meet knows something you don't. Every experience, even failure, carries a lesson inside it. Some of the most valuable lessons are hidden in ordinary moments. When you stay curious, you find wisdom everywhere. In conversations, in mistakes, in silence, in change. A curious mind sees lessons where others see nothing. To keep learning, you must let go of pride. Pride says, "I know enough." Curiosity says, "Maybe there is more to learn." Many people stop learning because they are afraid to look like beginners again. They worry what others will think if they ask simple questions. But asking questions is not weakness. It is strength. It takes courage to admit you don't know and the humility to want to know. This humility is what allows growth to happen. Curiosity also builds creativity. When you learn from different fields, different people, different cultures, your mind begins to connect ideas in new ways. Innovation is often just curiosity mixing old things to create something new. If you stay locked only in what you know, your thinking becomes narrow. If you stay curious, your thinking becomes wide, and wide thinking can see possibilities others cannot. Learning must become a habit, not an occasional task. Just like exercise builds your body, learning builds your mind. Even reading a few pages every day, listening to one good idea, observing one new skill, all of it adds up over time. Most people underestimate small daily learning. They think growth should be fast and dramatic, but real learning is quiet and steady. One day you realize your thinking is sharper, your understanding is deeper, and your confidence is stronger, and it all came from those small moments of curiosity you practiced every day. Sometimes learning will feel uncomfortable. New knowledge challenges your old thinking. It forces you to admit you were wrong or that there is a better way. This discomfort is not a problem, it is a sign of growth. If learning feels too easy, it means you are not stretching your mind enough. Curiosity pushes you into places where you are not the smartest person in the room, and that is where real progress begins. Surrounding yourself with people who love learning will also keep your curiosity alive. Energy is contagious. If everyone around you is excited about ideas, you will stay excited too. If you spend your time only with people who complain, doubt, and resist change, your curiosity will slowly die. Choose environments that challenge you to think bigger, ask better questions, and never stay the same for too long. Everyone wants results. Everyone wants success. But very few are willing to build the discipline that creates those results. Most people look at the finish line and forget about the daily steps it takes to reach it. They see the reward and ignore the routine. But the truth is, results do not come first, discipline does. Discipline is the quiet foundation hidden under every visible success. Discipline is doing what you must do even when you don't feel like doing it. It is showing up on the days when motivation is missing. It is keeping your promise to yourself when no one is watching. Many people wait until they feel ready or feel inspired before they start working. But discipline does not wait for feelings. Discipline moves even when your emotions don't want to. That is why discipline is more powerful than motivation. Motivation is a spark, discipline is the engine. In the early stages, your effort will feel invisible. You will work hard and see little change. This is where most people quit. They expect quick rewards. They want proof that their work is paying off right now. But real growth hides in the background, building quietly. Just like a seed buried in the soil shows nothing for weeks while its roots grow deep, your efforts also grow underground before they appear above the surface. If you give up before discipline has time to work, you never see the fruit of your labor. Discipline creates consistency, and consistency creates progress. 1 hour of effort today means little. 1 hour every day for 1 year changes everything. The power is not in big actions, but in repeated actions. The person who wins is not always the fastest or the smartest. Often it is the one who simply never stopped. Discipline is what keeps you moving when the excitement disappears. Excitement can start something, but only discipline can finish it. Building discipline is not about being perfect. It is about building systems that support your commitment. If you try to rely only on willpower, you will fail on the hard days. Instead, shape your environment to make discipline easier. Remove distractions. Set clear schedules. Break big tasks into small steps. Make your habits so simple you can do them even when you are tired. Small actions done consistently become automatic. That is how discipline becomes part of who you are. Discipline also builds trust in yourself. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, your confidence grows. You begin to believe your own words. When you say, "I will do this," and you actually do it, you create inner strength. When you break your promises to yourself, you weaken yourself belief. Success is not only about what you achieve, it is also about who you become. Discipline shapes your identity into someone who can be trusted by others and by yourself. There will be days when discipline feels heavy. Your mind will want comfort, your body will want rest, your heart will want escape. In those moments, remember that temporary comfort steals long-term rewards. Discipline is uncomfortable now but brings freedom later. Lack of discipline is comfortable now but brings regret later. Every choice is a seed, and discipline is choosing the seed that grows even when it takes longer. Most people admire results but ignore the boring daily work behind them. They want the glory without the grind. But every visible success is built on invisible discipline. The trophies, the applause, the achievements, they are only the surface. Beneath them are countless early mornings, late nights, repeated failures, silent sacrifices, and quiet discipline that no one ever sees. Many people spend their energy trying to look successful instead of becoming useful. They want applause, likes, praise, and recognition more than real impact. But chasing approval is a trap. It gives you short-term attention, not long-term success. Real success comes when you stop trying to impress people and start trying to solve real problems. When you solve problems, value follows you. When you chase attention, it runs away the moment the crowd gets bored. Impressing people often pushes you to pretend. You wear a mask, you act bigger than you are, and you spend time showing instead of doing. But solving problems pushes you to grow. It forces you to learn, to think, to create. When you solve something meaningful, people will be impressed naturally. Not because you tried to impress them, but because they can see the result. Respect earned through results is stronger than attention gained through appearance. The world is full of problems. Every problem is an opportunity hidden in disguise. If people are complaining, it means something needs fixing. If something is broken, it means someone can build it better. This is how real innovators think. They listen to complaints, not compliments. They ask, what pain exists here? What can I do to remove it? While others try to be noticed, they quietly work on solutions. One solution can change a life, a community, or even the world. Focusing on solving problems also gives your work purpose. When your goal is to impress people, your energy rises and falls with their opinions. If they like you, you feel good. If they ignore you, you feel lost. But when your goal is to solve a problem, your motivation becomes steady. You don't depend on applause. You depend on progress. Even if no one claps for you, you can still move forward because you know why your work matters. Solving problems also builds trust. People trust those who make their lives better. If you help others succeed, they will support you. If you only try to look successful, they may admire you for a moment, but they will not rely on you. Long-term relationships, in business or in life, are built on value, not image. The people who grow the fastest are not the loudest. They are the ones who quietly solve the hardest problems. To focus on solving problems, you must train your mind to look deeper than the surface. Don't only see what people are doing, see what they are struggling with. Ask questions, listen carefully, and notice what others ignore. Small observations can lead to big solutions. Many great ideas were born not from trying to be impressive, but from noticing something simple that needed fixing. The world rewards those who pay attention to details that others walk past. Sometimes people will laugh at your focus. They may say your work is not exciting enough, or that no one cares about the problems you are trying to solve. But remember, big impact often starts in small, boring places. Solving problems is not glamorous at first. It is slow, quiet work. But each small problem solved becomes a building block. Over time, these blocks stack into something powerful. And by the time others notice it, your work will speak louder than your words. Shifting your focus from impressing people to solving problems also gives you freedom. You no longer have to pretend. You no longer have to fear judgment. Your value comes from the change you create, not from the image you show. This makes your journey lighter, clearer, and more honest. When your mind is free from trying to be liked, it becomes free to create real solutions. The people around you shape the person you become. Their energy becomes your energy. Their words become your thoughts. Their habits become your environment. No matter how strong you are, it is hard to stay positive when you are surrounded by negativity every day. This is why choosing the right people is not just about friendship. It is about your future. Who you spend your time with is one of the most powerful decisions you will ever make. Positive people lift your mind when it falls. They remind you of your strengths when you forget them. They see potential in you when you can't see it in yourself. Being around positive people makes hard days feel lighter. Their optimism becomes like oxygen. You may still have struggles, but you breathe easier because their presence reminds you that struggles can be overcome. This support gives you courage to keep going when your own belief is weak. Negative people do the opposite. They drain your energy, plant doubt in your mind, and make small problems feel huge. They focus on what could go wrong instead of what could go right. They laugh at dreams and call ambition foolish. If you listen to those voices every day, you will start believing them. Doubt is contagious, but so is belief. This is why protecting your environment matters more than most people realize. Surrounding yourself with positive people does not mean surrounding yourself only with people who smile. It means surrounding yourself with people who want to grow. People who work hard, who encourage others, who take responsibility, who stay hopeful even during chaos. Real positivity is not fake happiness. It is resilience. It is the attitude that says, "This is difficult, but we will find a way." When you spend time with people who think like this, you start thinking like this too. The energy of your group can raise you or break you. If you are the only person in your group who dreams big, it is like trying to fly while everyone else is holding your wings down. But if your group also dreams big, they will lift you higher than you can lift yourself. One supportive voice can be the difference between giving up and holding on. One encouraging word can restart your belief in yourself. Finding positive people starts with being one yourself. Like attracts like. If you complain all the time, you will attract other complainers. If you are honest, hardworking, and encouraging, you will attract people who are the same. Positivity creates a circle. The more you give, the more it comes back. Building this kind of circle is slow but powerful. Each good person you add strengthens the whole group, and that group becomes your foundation when life gets hard. Sometimes choosing positive people means walking away from those who pull you down. This can be painful. Some of them may be old friends or even family, but you must protect your future. Staying loyal to negativity is not kindness, it is self-destruction. You can love people from a distance while choosing to walk with those who help you rise. You do not need a large group. Even a few positive people can change your entire direction. Being surrounded by positive people also makes learning faster. They share ideas, not excuses. They talk about possibilities, not gossip. They push you to improve, not to stay comfortable. They celebrate your progress and also challenge you to aim higher. Their energy makes you believe more is possible, and belief fuels action. When your environment is filled with this kind of energy, discipline becomes easier, creativity becomes stronger, and growth becomes natural. Your energy and your time are two of the most valuable resources you will ever have. Unlike money, once they are spent, you cannot get them back. Many people fail not because they lack talent or opportunity, but because they waste their energy on the wrong things and their time on the wrong people. If you do not protect your energy and time, the world will constantly steal them from you. Everyone has demands. Everyone has opinions. Everyone has distractions. Without clear boundaries, your focus will be scattered, your mind will be tired, and your progress will be slow. Energy is like the fuel in your body and your mind. If your energy is low, even the simplest task feels heavy. When your energy is high, even difficult work feels possible. This is why you must be careful where your energy goes. Every conversation, every task, every environment either charges your energy or drains it. Negative people Meaningless arguments, unnecessary drama, and tasks that don't align with your purpose silently steal your energy. You may not notice it at first, but over time they leave you exhausted and empty. Time works the same way. Time is invisible, but it is always moving. Every minute you spend is a choice. You can spend it building your future, or you can spend it feeding distractions. Many people say they are busy, but busy is not the same as productive. Busy means doing many things. Productive means doing the right things. Protecting your time means learning to say no to what does not move you closer to your vision. Most people are afraid to say no because they fear disappointing others. But every time you say yes to something unimportant, you are saying no to something important. Your goals, your dreams, your health, your growth, all of these depend on how you spend your time. If you give your time away too easily, you will have nothing left for what